Oh God, I see something. So it looks like the same lady as this one. I don't think that's YouTube friendly. That guy definitely still has some skin. Is that the same one? That one connects to this one? That does look human. That is a young boy. So this is my shoulders. From left to right. Those are the priests. What is up, everyone? Thank you for watching Franco Travels. So today I have a mission. I'm trying to get to this graveyard, which is behind Cementerio del Presbítero. I never know if I say that right, but behind it there is an area where there's a bunch of discarded caskets in the back that just go on for like it's a long, I don't know why there's so many caskets back there, but I want to see if it's still there. I've seen it on Google Maps. However, I am going to be traveling into the red zone, so I'm going into a very dangerous area. Hopefully I make it out all right. As you can see, I have my disguise on. This is pretty much what everybody dresses, kind of like with the hoodie on, and trying to hide my face as much as possible so I don't look like, I don't stand out like a sore thumb or a white thumb. But that being said, this is my location. Wish me luck, because then from there I think I'm going to some other places. I'm going to take you guys with me. Let's get into the video. Okay, so I've now made it into Cementerio del Presbítero. Presbítero. I always say Vitero with a V, and it's Cítero. Presbítero. Anyway, I'm in. This is the wall area here. I got a new taxi guy because the other one tried to scam me, but I'm working on that one. We'll see how this works out. I go through taxi like water here. It's ridiculous. But I'm not going into the cemetery to show you guys what you guys already have seen. I found another location on GPS that right on the other side, there's a whole line of caskets on the other side of the wall. Check this out. So this is the entrance here where I'm at. This is the whole graveyard, all this. That looks like a little town area with all the designs, right? I'm not going there. I'm gonna pass all of this, and right over here, there's a section that's blocked off. That would require me to walk in the most dangerous streets of Peru. Outside these gates, everything happens. It's almost like lawless out here, especially at night. And these are the very streets that I'm always trying to avoid getting stuck at. The less I'm on these streets, the better. However, I did bring my hoodie. I don't know how well this is gonna work out for me. I don't really care. I just want to get to the destination and approach this LZ. That being said, let's see how lucky I am getting out here. So right now I'm making my way to the other area. I am on the main road, but this is what I got to be careful for. I think these are police officers, which is cool. There we go. As you can see, this is the outside of the cemetery here. This is usually where I'm always starting off recording. So far, it looks like my disguise is somewhat working. I did not get one person staring at me. Thank God. Every time I see somebody, I just put my head down and I just kind of walk like this. There we go. I'm now approaching the next gate to getting inside. And this is it. Y se marchó por el corazón. Wow. I mean, it looked like much, but the area that I'm trying to get to is to the left. Right down there is where the security guys are at. So I'm now passing them. See them? They were right back there. And where I'm going is this way. It looks severely trashy here. This is where they burn garbage. So I've now made it to the little kids area. Look at this. These are all children on this side. I really don't know what the difference is. I think this is for more of the poverty area that people could afford to buy tombs, and not in like the main presbiterio, like the main area that I'm always at. Oh, look at this. What do you think that's about? Usually this will be attached to something. Maria Abel Gomez. Kind of stinks in here too. There's other papers in there as well. Here, I don't want to touch that. Oh yeah, this is brujeria, for sure. Let's see if I can open it. Looks like they lit some sort of flame. So it looks like the same lady as this one. Is there more pictures? Why would they throw that in here? There's got to be some sort of brujeria attached to that. I almost could bet my bottom dollar on that. Especially with the flame here, they cut something out. I don't know what happened here, but there's something weird. What do you guys think? That's just hidden inside of a tomb here. So you guys missed it, but as I was recording that brujeria area, one of the guards came out of nowhere, and luckily I had already put my camera away. Oh god, I thought that was one there, but he's just visiting. And so yeah, I don't know, it was really suspicious. It almost looked like they didn't want me recording, so I think this is what, I think it's gonna be one of those things where if they catch me recording, they're gonna kick me out. A lot of beer cans, some other stuff, clothing, paint. Look at all this. This was somebody's tomb. Look, there's so much clothes in here. I don't know if that's just spare clothes for something else. Maybe if somebody shits themselves. I don't know what the clothing's for. Oh, look at this. This is that's a baby's casket, and they just filled it up with junk on the inside. Look at this. Even though it looks like a bomb just went off throughout this area here, all of this here are all discarded caskets. I don't know if they dug the people up and just threw them here, but seeing this on Google Earth, I was able to tell that this was these are all caskets. Look at this. Before I go over here, I want to see if I see anything interesting here. No. Just looks like a memorial site for where a bomb went off or something. Look at this. Now, it's gonna get super powdery here. Stuff is gonna get in my lungs. But look at this. I'm gonna step here, and I want you to see how the powder goes up. Look at that. That's insane. This is just a full-blown casket. Completely just discarded. Look at all of them. They almost all look the same too. Wow. Let's see if I can make my way in there. I would say there's give or take about almost 200 caskets just thrown out through this whole little area here. I want to see if there's like more in the back or hidden far back there discarded, because you can see just random caskets thrown out there in the very far back. You could even see the remains of people's shoes that are just left here. Look at this. This was somebody's shoe. And they're buried with their shoes. Oh, look at this. That is almost pretty much a deteriorated, rotten shoe. Who knows, their foot's probably in there because it looks, because you know, when your body starts to deteriorate, you pretty much soak into everything, and that shoe definitely looks like it was soaked into. Oh God, I see something. I'm just stepping on mountains of flowers. Oh, no body. It looks like they removed all the bodies from the casket. I could literally just open this up. Oh, no, it feels bolted. Or not bolted, but it just feels shut. There's like 3 caskets piled on top of each other here. You guys let me know in the comments if you've seen any remains or anything. Just curious to see if they just throw people's body on top of each other. I do see a lot of people's shoes though. See? Look at this here. Just all piled onto the back here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. You could see, oh, that's disgusting. There still is even mosquitoes. And all these are dead maggots. See that? Ooh, it stinks. But those are all dead maggots. Ugh. Don't think about it, Frank. I literally just got teary-eyed. I got close to it and I smelled it. I'm gonna go this way and continue to the back. I see somebody's clothes up in the back as well. Oh, don't fall. God, it stinks. I'm moving quick. Oh, sorry, I really don't want to give you guys any sounds. That is interesting. Either someone was throwing their clothes over, or someone from the other side was throwing their clothes over here. But how do you even get to that? Look at the ditch that goes down there. That's almost like 20 feet up to the bottom. Look at this random hole. I wonder if they put the bodies in here. I do not think I see bones. Oh, that's a baby casket right over here. It's for like an infant. Wow. That is insane. They don't even give you a proper pillow. It's just hay. If that's even hay, where you just rest your head on. Whoop. Look at this. Mountains upon mountains of just caskets. See, this is what throws me off. You can see more of people's clothing. Unless these caskets have been here for so long that the bones are pretty much gone, which I doubt, because this will deteriorate far faster than human remains. But again, this is very dry area where I'm at, so it doesn't have any rain or water or moisture that comes in here and helps things deteriorate. I think this is like a little flower pot. You put all the flowers into it. Believe me, I am going to be washing my hands after this. I found bones, so there are human excrements out here. Excrements. Excrements. excrements or estroments? Estrogen. Let's see. Right over here, hidden in plain sight. That looks broken. Oh, that's a hard bone to break. I think that's your this bone right here. I forgot it. I forgot what you call that bone. I'm thinking tib and fib is not it. It's not your leg bone. Radius? No, lumbar? I don't even know. I forgot. Jesus. So that's one bone out here. Oh, there's the other one. Is that the same one? That one connects to this one? That does look human. But I think there's more to it. That's just another part of the bone. You could see there's people's shoes right inside here. Oh, what is this? Wait a second. This looks interesting. I'm definitely not touching this. Alright. I feel like I'm playing doctor. I don't know what these are. What does that say? Jockey. What is jockey? Maxima elegancia interior. Maximum elegance interior. I'm not sure what that's about, but usually when I see things in a red bag, it screams out biohazard. You could even see a hat on the inside here too. But once again, no bones. So I've made it a bit further away from the graveyard here. That's where the human remains are and the caskets thrown everywhere. And then out here, there's these random holes into the ground. I don't know if this is where they're throwing some of the remains that are found, but I don't see a single body thrown out here as I'm walking through here. There's just these random pits with holes in them. Look, here's another one. There's just trash. And this is still caskets being thrown out here. If you look over here, that's a liner for a bedding for a casket. Some more fancier than others. And there's some bones here on the floor. This whole place is just body parts everywhere. There's people just thrown everywhere throughout this whole place. I'm like in a desert of just bodies. I don't know what that is up there. Make sure I'm not being followed, because I got a security guy down there that's driving me nuts. But I think he laid off. Oh God, I don't even think I should show that. I don't think that's friendly. That guy definitely still has some. Oh God, all right, we're gonna keep moving forward. Right over here, bones, spinal cord, another bone, another bone. Oh, look at this. This. It may not look like much, but a lot of times they fill this up with brujeria, witchcraft. And yeah, they just leave it out here. Look, there's bones everywhere. I found where they're throwing all the remains at. Those are more bones here. Oh God, I feel like there's bones everywhere. I feel bad. I don't want to walk on anybody. Look, child. Oh God. This is a baby casket, and there are remains in here. That's a pelvis over here. Oh my God. Look at this. There's more bones over here. And then there's just thrown baby caskets. If it's graphic, I'm not going to show it, but look, you see the bones here from some random other person. Then over here is another casket. Jesus. I am being extremely careful for what I'm showing because a lot of these bodies that I found out here, some are old, but a lot of them are recent. And they're just, I could smell it too. But there's bodies everywhere. There's another rib cage here. And another hole. Some bones on the inside. It looks like a clavicle in there. And then right outside here is just people's house. Where people live. All that there, some is wood, and then the rest are just bones just scattered through there. It almost looks like they're just throwing it. That's where I just came out of. I might have to switch cameras here because I've been recording for a minute and my battery's starting to die. Oh, there's one proper grave. Look at all these holes over here. Oh. Someone left some worn shoes here. Maybe to come back for it, or in case they want it, they can go pick it up. Here's another hole. Just trash. Looks like the back of a truck. A lot of toilet seats. This would remind me of how it would feel like to discover remains after a while when it comes to, or you know, under the rubble or whatever. You just see scattered body parts everywhere. But this is insane. This is the craziest, one of the craziest things I've ever seen while doing all these adventures, is finding so much human remains everywhere. So I was just about to leave this area and I found this. Look what this says here. Ministerio Público Distance for. So basically, Ministerio Público, I looked it up. Basically, these are tombs that are under investigation. And if they have to re-exhume the bodies for forensics or for anything, they'll just take the body out. So they leave it open because all these bodies that are missing from here are pretty much all being investigated. And these bodies are gone, but you can see they put somebody's purse here. But what I'm about to show you in a second is gonna freak you guys out. Look at this. This is a body of a child that's just hanging out. It almost looks like a mummy. Yeah, it's right over here. Look at this. I just look down here and this is what I see. Look at that. That is a young boy. Oh, look at the size of that spider. That blue stuff right here looks like a doctor gown, or a gown that you'll find in a hospital that you put on so you don't touch anything. But yeah, isn't that insane? Yeah, that's definitely a doctor's gown. They just threw it in there. And so basically they'll take the bodies right out, right? And they'll exhume it. And they'll just do an investigation. This boy could have probably been part of a crime or something that happened. And they throw and what's weird is that the bodies are not usually wrapped like this. This is wrapped in a certain way that you would see, like if you're in a morgue or something. So, yeah, that's insane. And they're just kind of all wrapped through here. It's weird because that's like the only body I see. I don't know if these are just remains in a bag at this point. I'm not sure if this is a form of witchcraft. Oh no, that's somebody's picture there. Can't see it because it's so old. This for sure might be some witchcraft here. Most likely more pictures of people. I don't really want to touch anything anymore. Oh, look at that. Christ. That is so small. But that's a small casket in the back there. I'm trying trying to see if I could get towards the very back, because the very back is pretty much more or less where you're not gonna, you know, they may not maintain it as well. Look at the size of this place. Alright, I'm gonna actually start from right and then kind of work my way in. Wow. Got some tombs here, but nothing significant so far. But this place is massive. Look how far back it goes. Way out there. So once the earthquake took place, thousands of people had lost their lives throughout this whole little area, or this whole town. And I think a lot of them were pretty much buried here, because I think this is like the main cemetery for the whole place. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was actually one of the worst ones. I think the taxi guy I was talking to in the car, he was telling me that he was actually in the ocean when the earthquake took place. So he was actually safe. Unfortunately, half the whole town wasn't, and everything got crumbled down to the ground, and slowly but surely things are getting rebuilt. It looks like people's houses here. Familia Dasaico Mija. I think I'm saying it right. This actually sounds more like Quechua. Quechua is like a more indigenous language. It's not even Spanish. It's very different to understand. I don't know anything of Quechua. All I know is Marwikiwani, and I even know what that means because Julio taught me. Marwikiwani means my wife is your wife too. I don't know why he taught me that, but every time I see him, he says Marwikiwani. I don't know if he's trying to sell me his wife or something. It's kind of fucked up. I guess that's what it is. Well, this is interesting. This is what I've been being warned about too the whole time, is the dengue. You do not want to get that. You could die by this. This is extremely deadly, which is kind of known through South American areas, even in the United States, but it's more prominent in South America for where the mosquitoes are. Is el dengue, a tiny mosquito that leaves flesh-eating bacteria and diseases in your body that eventually over time will kill you, and the very places I explore will soon become my home. Probably buried over there. You guys have to visit me though. It's gonna be one hell of an adventure. Just be wary of the dengue. Let's see, there it is right back here. I think it's this way. I'm hearing like drums. Oh, let's go check this out. This is much more like what I was expecting. Yep, that's usually what you usually see. Oh, that's creepy. Every time you see one of these, there's always like a skull hidden on the inside. Not that I'm gonna go looking for it. Look at this. Oh. Where's her face? And it looks like that's made out of wood. I want to see this. Oh, that's so spooky. I would definitely take that home. Give it to Mom. See if I can probably go around. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Viewer discretion is advised. And I never get to say this a lot, but I never get to tell you guys because I always forget. But I am in Peru. Let me just throw that out there, because I never see it in my videos. Oh, look, you could already see bones. See it? Right here. That one's sticking out. See the arm? I'm gonna go ahead and zoom. But you could see the arm sticking out, like he was trying to come out or something. Oh, that's terrifying. I don't know. This doesn't look like the work of oh, look at this. This doesn't look like the work of an earthquake. Oh, okay. So bodies will be seen here. So this is the bodies, just letting you know. But look at this. They pulled the caskets out. These are desecrations. This is not done by an earthquake. Look at this. Those are the top of a skull here. And this is, they probably were stealing the bones, but that's a baby skull right here. Look at the spinal cord. This right here is literally the entire body of an infant. You could even see the nightgown that's right around here, and I see hair. So this is probably somewhat recent. Not recent enough, but pretty recent. So right in here you could see the hair from the child, and this is the clothing. I think these were the legs. I don't know why they did this. This is beyond me right now. This actually might be one of the craziest areas of the cemetery. I was told that this was an earthquake and all the tombs opened up. This is actually something a lot darker than that. I don't know how recent this is, but they burned a body right here. Look at this. These, oh my God, I think that was an infant. I mean, it's probably normal here. Where I'm from, it isn't, but you know, this is, you guys gotta understand, I'm in a different culture, so things are different. But I don't understand why the tombs are being desecrated and then the body's being pulled out to only be burned. I'm not sure if it's to make more room or what. But if you look here, sorry, I accidentally cut the footage. But if you look right over here, you can see the shoes. And then the bone sticking out there. That was another one. But they piled it up on trash. That's the part that just like, I can't tell, I don't know. Is this a normal thing or not? Look at this. This was another tomb. Nope, the body's completely gone. That's what I was expecting. Look at this. It's like a whole desert. God only knows what else I'm going to find here. Remember, I'm in pretty much indigenous land. So when you're in indigenous, you're far from population. The amount of witchcraft that goes on jumps up to a lot higher because that's all they know, you know? And witchcraft is not like, usually would be considered it's not a bad thing for a lot of people. They don't see it as that. And I'm not saying that it is or it isn't. I'm not one to say or judge or whatever. But they might see it as a sign of hope to only help them to get things that they want done in life. I'm just nervous as to what I'll be seeing here. It's like a strange black liquid formation. Oh, look at that. Those are owls. What the heck are owls doing all the way out here in the desert? That I would never have seen coming. What are you guys watching? Here's another burnt little area here. I don't see remains though. Jesus, this is so unreal. I feel like I'm in a creepy attraction, like the Zach Bagans Museum. That's how creepy this is. Oh man, I got another casket way out there, just hanging out. I don't want to miss anything. What are the X's for? This reminds me of the voodoo thing that I seen in New Orleans, where they put an X for the spirit that they want to come out of the grave to help them. It's weird because it's very similar. Look, that one's got an X, or that could be a cross, or an X. But it's very similar for what goes on no matter how far you go. Oh my God. Look at that. That whole thing is just hanging right out. Before I get to that casket, I want to just make sure I cover my ground here. Here's another X. What do you guys think the X means? Oh, that's pretty cool. A handmade Jesus face. You can see the casket kind of broken into here. And then there are some bones. Little phalangeal joints. I think those are fingers. Little fingertips in there. Look at this. You can see the person's clothes, what they were wearing. Wow. It even had a window up on the tomb so you could see the body before they buried him. Or pretty much put him entombed. Here's another one over here. Oh my God. Got skeletal remains there. Some ribs, a rope, and some more clothing. There's caskets hanging out everywhere. Is that a shoe? That is interesting. Look at all the shoes. That's another shoe in there. That's kind of the same one of the thing that I saw the last time at the other location. Just shoes everywhere. I don't know if people were stealing the shoes to probably use them or something. Oh God, you could almost see this one's not too old either. It literally feels like a episode from Fallout. I do not know why there's so much water on the floor. Oh, what is this? Kind of like tied up wood. Something was dragged here. See it? Dragged all the way out. I think it was probably a casket. Yep, they're definitely grave robbing. Look at this. They took this out of a tomb. To be honest, this tomb. There's a photo. Can you guys see what the photo says? See if I zoom in. I can't even see it. You can see the whole torso, rib cage. They went in on this tomb. And it looks like they broke in from the top too. Here's another casket. This one looks like a smaller one. Probably another child. It has a big tomb, but right here you could just see there's like a huge cinder block. But this one has the bones missing. This is insane. This is probably one of the most interesting graveyards I've ever gotten to see here so far. Definitely worth the travel and the distance. Oh, there's a bone there. There's body parts on the floor. I don't know if you guys see it, but there's bones. I don't want to step on anyone. It looks like they pull the bodies out and just burn it. How odd, right? Just a whole little burn area here. Seems to be some writing here. Crossed out names and stuff. So I've come across a black tomb. Oh, look at this. There's little footsteps of a bird. What is this about? A whole bunch of candle wax and everything. Again, I do have to be careful where I'm standing, because there's human remains everywhere. And that's a femur. Now I have it jotted in my head. I was saying all the wrong bones before. There's a lot of interesting stuff here, but before I get into this, I want to see this little corner here. See if I'm missing anything. Here's another baby casket there, just thrown out. I'm gonna try something here. Excuse me, guys, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Look at that. That is insane. And they try to hide it too, but all throughout the back wall here, there's a whole bunch of tombs. Oh, what the hell is that? Is that hair? That's somebody's hair. What do they do? Deskin the person? Look at this. Yo, there's gotta be some crazy shit that's going on here. My God. Try not to step on this person's hair. Yeah, that is just hair. It's literally just hair. It's not skin or anything. I want to warn you guys, this is getting more graphic than what I ever thought this could possibly be. I don't even know if I'm even anywhere near this. There's like a body part just hanging on top of the tomb over here. You're about to see a child's tomb. Just letting you know, this is just wide open here. And I even think there's fragments of a picture in the bottom. Yeah, just a warning. You can see what's left of some pictures here. And then you have literally like a mummy here. Completely desecrated. And you can see they were poking around with a stick. I think they were stealing from tombs. Look at this. Oh my God. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. I think those are feet. Here. Oh my God. They took the head. Look at that. That's hair. It's like they took the skin off and stole the skull. And that's the hair. And they're probably going to use that for witchcraft. I don't know why they didn't take this one. But that is insane. You would see this and you would think it's just from an animal. But you have someone's back or spine right over here. Those are bones. I don't even know what... That looks like somebody's back. I think what sucks the most about this is that there's nothing I can do about it. I can't report it. Nobody cares. It is what it is. Oh, look, I found another picture here. I'm definitely going to be washing my hands after this. I do not know what this was attached to. But you got a picture of somebody right there. I don't know what I'm going to see here, so just going to kind of walk through here. Yep, stolen. All the human remains gone. Or either that, they took out the body and they threw it all through here on the floor. Holy shit. Oh God. That looks like a dress. That looks like a little kid's dress. It looks like they were looking for infants. Look at this. And what's crazy is that the skull itself has been stolen. Alright, I'm gonna keep moving. Alright, I did find another casket just strung out there. Trying to get to it. This is actually really sad to see this. This is worse than the other one. I thought the other one was horrible. Look at this. See, probably all stolen. Probably most likely all... Oh my God. Look. I'm gonna turn it this way. You could see the whole body. This person was like a monk. Or not a monk. But a guy that works in a church. And they stole his skull. This was like a holy man. And they took his jaw. Why would they take his jaw? To steal. They were stealing. I get it now. That's why I'm seeing jaws ripped out everywhere. Is because they want to steal the gold teeth that are in the jaws just to sell it. You could still see his hair on the inside. And that would be his pelvis area. Oh my God. This is absolutely insane. That's what it was. They were stealing his gold teeth. That's why I'm seeing jaws everywhere. I'm like, what is up with all the jaw? Why is everybody's jaw just thrown around? Oh my God, that's insane. I found another tomb here, fairly decent. Not much of a burial, but they interlocked the fingers and everything. Check this out. There's a little bit of a blanket here. And then in here is the top of the tomb, which looks like completely caved in. And then right there you have someone, I don't know if it's the deceased shirt. But look at this. And there you could see a shoe. I think this is definitely their remains. Or what's left of remains. Look at that. That's definitely their shirt. Because you can see how it's stained. Which is probably bodily fluid. Just stains their shirt. You got more clothes inside of here. I wonder if people come here to probably steal clothes. Because one thing I see a lot is that they'll take the loved one's clothes, pull it out, and they'll take what they could keep and they'll leave whatever they don't want, or across the road or in the desert or something. Right in there, you see the bones? So they definitely broke into this, and it's reinforced concrete. See that little bit of small rebar there? They broke in and went grave robbing here. But this grave here is the father, right? And this is the daughter, which was just it looks like a smaller tomb here, so I'm guessing it was a baby, and somehow the father and the daughter passed away. I don't know how I didn't see this, but right over here, there's already bone fragments. So they took out the bodies of the father and the child and kind of spread it out through here. If you look in here, there's a weird bag, and it could be brujeria. Let's see what this is here. If I could get a good grip on it. Oh, it's food. I was expecting that to be. I thought that was brujeria. All these little tombs here, they're really small because these are for the infants, the babies they would put here. There's a lot of babies that pass away. But you also got to understand too, a lot of times you'll have like young parents that don't want to have kids, right? And a lot of the times they can't afford to, do their, that they don't want the child anymore. So sometimes they'll do it with a person that says, oh, I'll do it for cheap. And they'll take the body of the infant and they'll bring it out here to a graveyard. It's completely illegal. But like I said, you get away with whatever you want a lot of the times here. But look at this. Someone left a book bag. Could be a Choro's book bag. Or maybe they stole it from someone. at that. It's like a stain in the back. Then whatever the hell this was. I gotta be careful. Right when I lifted up that rock, I thought of scorpions and I scared myself. I found this tomb here and they had like a bag with some stones on top and sticks, and that's probably to protect it from the outside elements. But look on the inside. The bag and the 2 cigarettes in there is another form of witchcraft. And I guess they're trying to keep that dry. So this is a tomb of Paulina. I seen another video where the whole excrement of this tomb was pulled out. But this is it here. You can see her shoe, and that right here, that's her hair. Now, this is now in, but the video that I seen, all the hair was outside, and the whole body was outside. So I think someone must have put everything back. This here is the top of the casket, or the casket in the side. And that's the body on the inside. That's crazy. Now, mind you, this was all hanging out before, and now it's kind of pushed in. See on the inside here? A bottle with something coming out. That looks like some corn and food. Let me see. See that? Matches. So this could be for like some sort of protection or something for the loved ones, or yeah, protection or something. I want to be able to check the very back of the mountain here, because if they are hiding something or bodies or whatever, they probably wouldn't put them back in their tombs. They'll probably just throw them out here in the back. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. There's a bunch of bottles and trash right through here, all the way up. Let me get a little bit closer on this side. I am seeing footprints kind of scurrying through here. After walking just a little bit more, I now found the area where there's bones everywhere. This is just one of the areas. This whole area is like a gigantic cemetery, but above ground. Like there's no entombs, they're just all outside. Let's take a look. I'm gonna start walking into it here. In fact, I'm gonna start up here. There's literally bones everywhere. There we go. Look at this. You even got a hip bone right over here. Look at that one over there. Look at this. That's the tailbone. It's getting more interesting as I keep looking through here. I'm just battling against time because I want to be able to explore this place before the sun goes down and it gets dark. Because out of all the adventures, this is the one adventure I forgot to bring a flashlight with me. This is like a Skinwalker Ranch, but like times 10. Look at this. Now I have gloves on, so definitely, I can't tell. It looks like they were probably young. Look. Look at that. The whole back of the skull is missing. It's a frontal cortex. And they just left it out here. The bones and everything are all scattered through this area. I feel like it shouldn't, I don't know if, I'm not gonna touch that. I already touched it. It's probably more. Look at this. On the inside here, right there in the center, looks like coins and some sage and stuff, and a bottle. And it looks like there's another part to the skull there. Maybe this belongs on the inside. Let's put you inside here. Oh, I thought that was a snake for a second. It looks like a snake. So there's definitely bones in here. And also bones just thrown out. So I just switched over to a different camera. Some more bones here just thrown out. Rib cage here. There's I wonder how many bodies are here. And you could hear like a bit of construction happening way out there in the distance. Let's see what's over this tomb here. See if I give you guys a wider angle here. Oh, that's interesting. Look at the moisture that's collected here and here compared to everything else. Remember, I'm in a desert right now pretty much. And there's moisture collected all through here. So I found my way through a little path here. Looks like people take this little area through here. I'm losing light big time. But so far, I think I'm pretty good. My watch would tell me as soon as it hits 10 minutes till sundown. I wanted to check over here. Right here, I think I'll find some cool stuff. Alright, so there's a little bit of a path here. I almost passed this little area. And this is my way over. And I've made it. Right here. This stone looks different from everything else. Oh, look at that. It's like a small spinal cord. Some clothes. Like a blouse. This isn't that old. That's new. More clothes there. Let's see what's over here. Here's another spinal pelvis. And that's a little ball joint area. Look at this. Okay, so this is actually a whole person's remains right here. That's actually insane. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Oh, this is weird. That's their whole clothes. And that looks like yarn or like a rope that they had around them. Let me not stand there. Some of his body parts are coming out too. It looks like this person just died right here. The whole body is right here in front of me. They might have stolen the skull, unfortunately. But I could be wrong. I wonder what's back there. Up behind that big wall. That is insane. This whole land out here is just filled with just body parts. Everywhere, just thrown out. Something else that's interesting too is that if you look over here, you can see bones and clothes coming right out of the wall. See it? This whole area here is just abandoned with human remains as well. Up here on a mountaintop. Now getting over this little area here. There's a lot of moisture in the air. I'm literally inside of a cloud up here. Every now and then a cloud will pass through and you'll see it. Oh. What is this? Oh, this is gonna be hard coming back down. There we go. Someone wrote something here. Manchai. Manchai. I don't know what that means. probably a name of someone or something. So I just made my way down off the mountain just a little bit, and look what I found. A zygomatic bone. A jaw. Now, notice that it's a jaw. I said this in my other video that a lot of times they go for the jaw to take out the gold teeth. That makes me wonder, how historic is this? And this doesn't look like an older person's jaw. This looks like a child's jaw. Look at the size of that. So yeah, this is definitely a kid's teeth. He barely even has the back teeth. Tito, that's sad. Why his jaw is just mounted up here on a stone, I don't know. But yeah, that's another thing there that I found. I wonder what else is out here that I'm missing. It's just slowly but surely starting to get darker and darker. So it's just crossing through the area here. And look at this. I zoom in. Those are rocks. Kind of mounted on top. Just where I'm at. It's kind of hard to get over there, but look at this. Way out there in the distance is another little valley area. And there's a whole town back there. That is insane. That people live way back out here. I am so secluded right now, and the fact that I just found a random town is beyond me. Look at that. This by far is so cool. I had to take off my gloves. I touched that one skull and everything just kind of rubbed off on my hand. Look at this. There's a whole bunch of holes here on this side too. Let me see. Doesn't hurt to check before nightfall. My watch already told me it was 10 minutes till sundown, so right now it's probably like 3 minutes. It's gonna start getting real dark soon. There's more right over here. There's one bone over here. Oh my god, damn it. They're everywhere. There's bones everywhere. There's rib cages over here. I don't know what I'm gonna see out here. I don't really know how old these bones are. There's some clothing right here. That black stuff? That's clothing from something. That could have been their clothes. Oh my god. I don't really want to walk through this. Let me see if I could kind of prince toe through here. Oh, there's clothes everywhere. I don't know where to stand. So you remember how I said this was clothes? I was wrong. That's hair. That's somebody's hair. And that's all the stuff from their clothes. And here's more of that rope stuff too. Look, see the rope? This is insane. Look at this one. More cloth material. And this is right next to the town. Oh man. Look at this. This has to be one of the most bizarre cemeteries I've ever seen. Ever. This is incredible. And incredibly disturbing at the same time. I'm gonna see if I could get some drone shots of this place and seeing how it looks like from a bird's eye view, and then I gotta get the hell out of here because yeah, I'm already kind of nervous just being out here, but let's get going. So after severely washing my hands, I swear I washed my hands, I got causa. Instead of the atún is now a pollo, which is chicken. So causa with chicken, potato, chicken, and some eggs. And oh my god, this thing tastes delicious. I almost forgot to record, actually. And then I thought of it, I'm like, oh my god, I have to record this. I was talking about food, and then how am I gonna miss this important segment? And I also got some lomo saltado. Ooh, I almost dropped the juices. Anyway, I am going to enjoy this because I am starving. Like my stomach has been screaming all day today. I will see you guys after I'm done, hopefully, unless you guys want to watch me eat and you're like low-key into that, which is cool. Everybody has their weird kinks and stuff. So as soon as I get on the bus, the first thing I'm going to want to do is knock out. So I finally made it on the bus. Now I'm on my way home. I think I have about 4, maybe 5 hour drive. So I have finally made it back home. That's actually my old hotel, right over there, this one, this building. And then I moved across the street to this new place. And look at the view. It has not stopped raining. And it's only here in Lima. I just left Lima, everything was dry. But once you go back to Lima, it's all just wet. It's not even raining. You see how it's not raining? I'm not getting wet. The rain is evaporating right off my body. However, everything else is getting all soaking wet, probably because of my body heat. This is more just like a cloud coming in because we're on top of a bit of a mountain here. And then it just kind of brushes in and just soaking wets everything over time. Thank you guys for watching Franco Travels. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Today was a crazy explore that I never thought was going to be possible. In fact, when I went to the wrong graveyard, I thought that was it. I was like, oh, I screwed up big time. I don't know where this place is. I thought I could have sworn it was that one. But thankfully I talked to a taxi guy, looked up another YouTube video, and that video ended up giving me more information about the guy ended up saying a couple of words in there where I was able to pinpoint and triangulate exactly where this place was. But I almost missed it because I didn't want to be there overnight. That area, part of town, I didn't want to stay overnight. That was going to suck. I wanted to come back home because all my things are here. But that being said, thank you guys for watching. And until then, I will see you on the next glorious adventure of death that awaits me. Hope not awaits, well, eventually, like when I get older, like really old. Hopefully I last that long, judging by the crazy amount of things I'm doing now. But I will see you guys in the next adventure. Bye, guys.